I am an ex-science teacher. What I see now when I see the quality that's coming out of the school system is a problem.
I'm a retired teacher. I'm 81. So I'm just very afraid for the country if things don't change. I think one of the big things that's missing in American education is that we don't teach children how to think. We just don't teach them how to think.
We teach them what to think sometimes.
Sometimes.
Hello, Charles Love here. It's Juneteenth. We're in Times Square, where Broadway celebrates Juneteenth. We're coming out to talk to families about education and what they think about politics, school choice, and other important issues. I have a willing participant. Your name?
Roselle Gibson.
What would you say are the most important issues that are facing the country right now?
I would go with education. The reason why, because my daughter has autism, so I definitely fight for equality in education and providing services.
And what are your thoughts on parents being able to choose where they send their kids?
Oh, I think it's very imperative because I chose where my child went to school. So the area that we are in isn't a great area, but it wasn't a great choice for her. So I did send my child to private school. So choices are important.
What are you seeing as problems in education?
Problems in education is people are trying to block what really needs to happen. They're not really thinking about the children and where the children are coming from and meeting them where they are. It's too much politics and bureaucracy in it than to let's see what we need to do to help these children so they can become productive citizens.
What are your thoughts on parents being able to choose where they send their kids?
Well, I think parents should have a choice on where they're sending their kids. The problem is I don't think the parents get the right information. And sometimes they may send them where they think it's a better place for them, but it might not be. So they need to be educated as well.
Here in the heart of Harlem, at the corner of MLK and 125th Street. Well, what issues do you think are most important that people are talking about from a voting standpoint that they think they put at the top of the list that's affecting what's going on?
Well, I wish they were talking more about the economy and schools and health, but they're basically talking about race, which is because you can't change that.
Now with more opportunity about parents having opportunities to maybe choose where they send the kids, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's a good idea for them to send them where they want, but what happens is that sometimes their choices cost the system so much that it's crazy.
There's such a push to diversify and have equity from an education standpoint, which is sending the minority kids to majority white schools, and they take away from helping the schools in the community. So shouldn't they focus on, it's just like the white kids may have the ability to walk 3 blocks to go to a quality school, shouldn't we have that same opportunity?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our children should not have to be exported to way across town.
It's all about what your priority is. So the priority isn't helping that kid, it's to make us look better by saying, look at how many black students we admitted.
To make the system look better. Yeah. We have diversity, but if diversity on the back of who? I'm just saying I don't think children should be used to solve social problems.
That should be the number one issue, right?
Right.
You told me you were an educator. What are your thoughts on the state of education in America today?
It's dismal and it's a problem. I don't think a lot of our kids, particularly within the inner cities, are being educated properly. And specifically black kids are not being educated on the right things. Far too often we send our kids to school, but they come out without any skills. The question is what kind of skills you want them to be able to come out with so that they can affect change in the future. That's why a lot of our kids, many of us come out with degrees and we don't know what to do with them because nobody really is hiring for degrees, but for skills. So it's important to better the school systems where they are and also teach parents how to teach their kids because the first teachers are the parents.
What do you think about what's going on in education in the country right now?
I'm from the old school. Education is important. Educate yourself. Because see, if we tell our children, go to school, go to school, go to school, it's like, fix your bed, fix your bed, fix your bed. I don't want to do that. But if I say, if you go educate yourself, and you see the benefits of education, then you say, damn, you know what? Yeah, I'm going.
Right.
I have more enthusiasm.
Hey, Charles Love here. We had our conversations here on Juneteenth in Times Square in Harlem, and the common thread amongst most of the people we talked about was school choice, parents, education being important, and parents having the right to send their kids where they want to go to school. The stats on education are really grim. We have 40% of kids in America reading and doing math at grade level. And the vast majority in all of the polls of Black Americans say that you should have choice. And that bore out in our conversations today. So we need to focus on what unites us rather than divides us, because you'll find, based on the conversations when you actually talk to people, that Black Americans want the same things, opportunities and freedoms that every other American wants. And as we celebrate Freedom Day here on Juneteenth, keep that in mind, that we as Americans, and Black Americans especially, are no different in our desires and our dreams of any other American.